everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is the Conservative Coin Collector, and today I'm doing something I've been wanting to do since I started making these coin videos. A top 100. Now, when it comes to the top 100 coins, I definitely could have my own opinions, but I probably couldn't name 100 coins off the top of my head, let alone 100 coins that have ever been minted. So here's what I'm going to do. pcgs has a list of the top 100 modern coins. What I'm going to do is cover each and every one of those coins and show you a little about them, little info, and then we're going to move on to the next coin. I'm going to do my best to show you at least tell you about the MS64 grade. If you were to get it professionally graded, it was MS64, that's the price. I'm not going to be able to do that with all these coins because with some of the proofs and interesting one-off strikes, they're going to be 65 through 70, so I'll do what I can with that. And I don't want to keep this intro too much longer because this video is going to be a long one. So get a snack, get a drink, sit down, relax, and enjoy the top 100 modern coins. Thank you all for watching. I need to start somewhere, and coin 100 is the perfect place to start. The coin 100 that I have for you is the 1996 $1 Silver Eagle regular strike. It is 99.93% silver, minted in Philadelphia, and designed by Adolf A. Weinman and John Marcanti. The mintage is 3,602,386, and it's worth about 62 bucks. The 2006 W $10 burnished Gold Eagle Special Strike. It's not in any particular series, but it was minted at West Point with a rated edge. It was designed by Augustin St. Gaudens and Miley Busick. There were 15,188 minted. It was made of 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper. It can be worth between $1,250 and $1,450. The only reason I see that is because there's no MS64. It's 66 to 70. Next coin up is another burnished Gold Eagle Special Strike, but it's the 2006 W $25 burnished Gold Eagle Special Strike. It was designed by Augustin St. Gaudens and Miley Busick. It was minted at West Point, and there were only not 1,000, but 15,164 minted. The gold, it's gold, but it's only 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper. The lowest I can go is MS67, so I can't do the 64 like I promised you, but that is $2,750 price if it is that particular grade. The 2011 W $50 burnished Gold Eagle 25th Anniversary Special Strike. It was minted in West Point. The designers were Augustin St. Gaudens and Miley Busick. It is 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper, with a mintage of 8,729. It can run you, at MS65, about $5,350 retail. This here is a 2008 W $10 American Buffalo gold proof coin. And it's not just made of a little gold, and it's not even 90% gold like the gold coins of the past. This is 99.99% pure, but equivalent of 24 karat gold in jewelry. And I decided to do a little conversion math here because it's actually pure gold. The weight is about 7.78 grams, so I rounded it down to 7 grams of gold. 7 grams of gold will set you back $912.24 for the pure stuff, and this coin could be worth between $1,250 and $2,250. So it is slightly above what the gold conversion is, which this what should be. This 2007 W $10 British Gold Eagle Special Strike is up next. It is the same 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper, with 12,766 minted. Augustus St. Guns was the designer, and it could be worth about $1,250. Seeing how gold coins are quite popular this low on the list, the 2008 W $5 Burnished Gold Eagle Special Strike is right on next. It is also 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper, with a mintage of 12,657, and the designer is Augustus St. Gaudens and that Miley Busick. This will set you back about $575 at the lowest. PCGS has put a lot of gold coins in the first 10 or so that I've covered, and the 2008 W $50 Burnished Gold Eagle Special Strike is no exception. It is again 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper. The designer is also Augustus St. Gaudens. It's rated and minted at West Point like the rest of them. And this one could set you back $5,500 in the right condition. The last gold coin I have for a while, hopefully for the rest of the list, is the 2007 W $25 Burnished Gold Eagle Special Strike. Just like the other gold coins I've covered, same designers, minted at West Point, and 11,455 are minted. It can set you back about $2,750. It has been far too long since I have not covered a gold coin. The last 7 or 8 of them have been gold. This one isn't. It is a 1979 Philadelphia Susan B. Anthony $1 wide rim regular strike. Designed by Frank Gasparo, there were 360,222,000 minted. It is 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper center, and I don't have an MS64 estimate for how much it could be worth because too many were minted and they're most likely face value. However, on eBay on December 30th, 2021, one in MS67 Plus condition sold for $6,995, and that is the auction record. Coin 90. The 2005 D 5-cent Spirit Bison regular strike. There are 487,680,000 out there, plain edged. The designers are Joe Fitzgerald and James Frankie. The coin is 75% copper, 25% nickel. It was minted in Denver, and it could be $300 in the right condition. The 2009 W $10 Margaret Taylor regular strike. It is another gold coin. Shocker. It is 99.99% gold. It's pretty pure. It is over 15 grams, and the mintage is 3,627. And Phoebe Hemphill and Mary Beth Zietz are the ones that created this coin, and you can get this coin for $2,192 in the right condition. The 1996 W dime is up next. There was only 1,457,000 minted. There was 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper center, minted at West Point, and in its MS64 condition, it'll set you back about $14. The 1970S 1 cent small date. It is the first cent coin I have on the list, and the designer was Victor David Brenner, and Frank Gasparo was also a designer on this. Victor David Brenner was the one who put Lincoln on the cent, and then Frank Gasparo did the memorial part of it. It was minted in San Francisco, 95% copper and 5% zinc, and the mintage was 693,192,814. In the right condition, this coin could be about $60 in the right condition. The 1998 S 50 cent special strike piece here, $half. It was designed by Gilbert Roberts and Frank Gasparo, and the edge has 150 reeds. It is 90% silver and 10% copper, minted in San Francisco, and the mintage is 62,000. In the MS64 condition that I am starting off all these coins at, it could be about $115 in MS64 condition, and that's just the start. The 1997 Philadelphia 5 cent special strike piece here is a nickel, minted, of course, in Philadelphia. It was designed by Felix Schlag, and the mintage of these were only 25,000. They're, of course, 75% copper and 25% nickel, and the MS64 market value is $45. This here is a special $1 Buffalo coin. The Buffalo nickel itself was designed by James Earl Fraser, and that's the design that was used. With a reeded edge, minted in Denver, and the being 90% silver, the mintage being 227,131. This is a $90 coin. Another Susan B. Anthony dollar. I have the 1981 S Susan B. Anthony dollar Type 2, and it's the proof version. Now, 4,063,083 of these were minted, and they were designed by Frank Gasparo. Just because it's a proof doesn't mean it's silver. It is 75% copper, 25% nickel over a pure copper center, and the price of this is $70 in the 64, and it can be up to $120 in the best condition possible. This particular coin, it's an error coin that I've covered on my channel before, but this is the most extreme version of it. It is a 1999 S 1 cent close AM, but it's a proof and FS 901. The mintage is 2,543,401, and of course Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo had something to do with the San Francisco minted coin. This coin can be anywhere from $50 up to $215. 64 to MS69. Nice. The counterpart of the coin I just covered is the 1999 1 cent Watt AM, and this is the regular strike, the one you would find in circulation that's not a proof. Now, there was a lot of these that were minted. It was the same designer of the last cent, Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo, and of course, it's plain edged, minted in Philadelphia, and 5 billion with a B, 237,600,000 of these were minted. And outside of being professionally graded, you're gonna find them in just face value, but get it graded in that MS64 condition that I keep telling you about, It's a $200 coin. Coin 80 is the 1998 1 cent close-I-am proof cent. And 1998 and 1999 are the 2 years to look out for with the wide AM and the close AM, so only those 2 years. And this 1998 San Francisco minted coin has a mintage of 2,086,507. Now, this coin, designed by Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo, in that wonderful condition I keep mentioning, is $135. The 1996 D $1 Rowan regular strike. Now this regular strike is it's for the Olympics. It's to pay homage to the Olympics. It is 90% silver, 10% copper, and it was designed by Bart Forbes and Thomas D. Rogers. There were 16,693 minted, and it can be worth anywhere from between $85 to $100. This 1996 D $1 high jump coin also pays homage to the 1996 Olympics. Designed by Calvin Massey and Thomas D. Rogers, 16,485 of these 90% silver, 10% copper coins minted in Denver came out. This coin is a little more on the valuable side. It's between $110 and $250, and depends if it's 65 or 70. The third $1 coin paying homage to the 1996 Olympics is the tennis regular strike coin. 15,983 of these Denver minted coins that were designed by James Sharp and Thomas B. Rogers came out. And of course, 90% silver, 10% copper. And this one actually has a bit of a range. But the famous MS64 I've been trying to stick to, it is $85 in that MS64 condition. I do the range when I can't find MS64, and a lot of these coins, especially if they're proofs or special strikes, are 65 through 70. So I'm trying what I said in the intro to stick with 64, but that's impossible with some of these coins. The fourth coin to pay homage to the 1996 Olympics that was also minted in Denver, it was designed by James Sharp and Thomas D. Rogers, is the Paralympics. 15,325 of these were made of 90% silver and 10% copper, and it's only between MS65 and 70. The coin could be worth $85 to $150. The 1995 W$5 Civil War regular strike gold coin. First one that's not about the Olympics. Haven't covered one of those in a while. This was minted in West Point. The designers are Don Troania and Alfred Maltsky. 12,735 were minted, and this coin, in the proper condition, is $1,250. 1997 W$5 FDR. It is a gold commemorative. It is 90% gold. And the designers are T. James Farrell and James Peed. 11,984 of these Reeded Edge coins were minted, and it can be worth $1,280. Another coin from the 90s is another 1995 West Point $5 Stadium. This is another coin paying homage to the Centennial Games, the Olympics. Marcel Jovin and Frank Gasparo were the ones that designed this coin. It's rated 90% gold, 10% copper, and with a mintage of 10,579 minted, you could, in the right condition, pay $1,300 for this coin. the 1970 D 50-cent regular strike. The edge of this is 150 reeds. It is 40% silver, 60% copper, and a mintage of 2,150,000 makes it quite more valuable. It was designed by Gilbert Roberts and Frank Gasparo, and in the MS-64 condition, it is worth $35. One of the more rare coins that I have for you right now is a 2010 W $10 Buchanan's Liberty regular strike. It was minted at West Point, and the metal is pure gold, 99.99%. The mintage is 5,162, and it could be worth $2,392. The 2009 West Point $10 Julia Tyler regular strike. Julia Tyler was the First Lady and spouse to President John Tyler. 3,143 of these pure gold coins were made, 99.99%. Joel Iskowitz is the designer, and this coin can set you back $2,372. The 2008 West Point $10 Jackson's Liberty regular strike. This coin is 99.99% gold. It has a mintage of 4,609. The designers are John Reich and Justin Coons. In the right condition, this coin can bring you $2,192. A 2008 West Point $10 Van Buren's Liberty regular strike is another gold commemorative. It is pure gold, 99.99%, and the mintage is 3,826. Designed by Christian Gerbrecht and Thomas Cleveland, this is a $2,192 gold coin. Another gold commemorative and another First Lady is the 2011 West Point $10 Lucy Hayes regular strike coin. Lucy Hayes was the First Lady and the spouse of Rutherford B. Hayes, who was president. Hayes was president in 19, and he served from 1877 to 1881. And a little side fact, I am related to his vice president. Back to the coin with Lucy Hayes on it, there were 2,196 minted. It was created by two women. The designers were Susan Gamble and Barbara Fox. And this coin could set you back $2,207. Another gold coin with another First Lady is the 2011 West Point $10 Lucretta Garfield. Now, she is the First Lady, or was the First Lady, and the spouse to President James A. Garfield, who was one of only a few presidents that have ever been assassinated. Barbara Fox and Michael Gasorio are the ones that designed this coin. Being a gold commemorative, it's 99.99% of pure, wonderful, awesome, expensive gold. With 2,168 minted, this coin could set you back $2,192. Onto a coin that doesn't involve a First Lady is the 2011 San Francisco $1 Silver Eagle 25th anniversary. It The designer is Adolf A. Weinman and John Mercanti. This rated coin has a mintage of 99,882, and the metal is 99.93% silver and 0.07% copper. $135, this coin will set you back. The 2008 West Point $10 burnished Statue of Liberty. It is not a regular strike, it is a special strike. There were 3,706 minted. It was designed by John M. Mercanti and Thomas D. Rogers. You could get a solid $250 out of this coin if you wanted to. Roughly the same design, it may be, but this is a 2007 West Point $25 burnished Statue of Liberty special strike. This coin is 99.95% platinum. Same people designed this coin who designed the last coin I covered, and you can get between $625 and $875 for it. Number 62 is the 2007 $50 burnished Statue of Liberty special strike. Minted by the same designer, same low mintage, and roughly the same price as the last coin. I skipped ahead a little bit because that was coin 62. Coins 61, 60, 59, and 58 were all pretty much the same exact coin, just a different year, but they all had the same low mintage and they were roughly all the same price. And to avoid sounding like a broken record, I'm going to skip to coin 57, which is a 1970s 1 cent double die obverse regular strike. It was Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo that were responsible for this coin. Well, designed it anyway. And there was 693,192,814 minted. In that sacred MS64 condition, you're looking at a $2,500 cent. This here is a pure gold West Point proof coin. It is the 2008 $25 American Buffalo. 12,169 of these were minted. They were designed by James Earl Fraser, and it's a $3,000 coin. The 2009 $10 Letitia Tyler regular strike gold coin is up next. It is actually 99.99% gold. It had a mintage of 3,240, and it was designed by Phoebe Hemphill and Susan Gamble. This coin here has no grade price. However, it has an auction price. On March 31st, 2010, an MS70 Plus one sold on eBay, and the auction record is $3,550. Another 99.99% gold rated coin is this 2008 West Point $10 British American Buffalo. 9,949 were minted, and this thing will set you back $1,650 in that famed MS64 condition I tried to find for all these coins. Same coin concept, different denomination. This one is for the $50 gold coin. About 9,074 of these pure gold coins were minted at West Point, and this one will set you back $5,250. This gold coin is a 2008 West Point $10 burnished gold eagle. Unlike the previous two coins I covered, this is not pure gold. It is 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper. 8,883 of these were minted, and you're looking at about 1,600 bucks. Coin number 50. I'm at the halfway point. If you're still watching, I salute you. The 1974 Denver 50-cent double die obverse. This $50 is a Gilroy Roberts Frank Gasparo design. It still has the 150 rays like all the other $50 I covered. 79,066,300 were minted, and it's not really worth all that much compared to some of the coins that I've covered, at least. The MS64 version of this is about $85, which is insane for a $50. But considering I've covered coins on this channel that are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, that's a drop in the bucket. 1996 W $5 Cauldron. It was designed by Frank Gasparo and William Krasowitz. 9,220 of these 90% gold, 10% copper coins were made, and it can be worth $1,280. 1996 W $5 Smithsonian. This coin, designed by Al Maltsky and James Farrell, is also 90% gold and 10% copper. 9,068 were minted, and you could spend 1,300 bucks on this coin to get the best value possible. The 1996 W $5 flag coin is another one that was minted at West Point, made of 90% gold, and designed by Patricia L. Verrett and William Krasowitz. 9,174 were minted, and it's another coin paying homage to the 1996 Olympics. This particular coin has the flag bearer on it. And, in the right condition, this coin could be $1,300. The 2001 $5 Capitol Visitor regular strike coin is also 90% gold, 10% copper. It was designed by Elizabeth Jones, and it is 6,761 were minted. This coin could set you back 1,300 bucks, just like the other coin. This here is a 1982 no mint market dime. Quite a few were minted. 519,475,000. And the designer was John Shinnock. They are 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper center. In MS64 condition, they're $265. However, there's an auction record. On May 5th, 2004, an MS68 one sold at Heritage Auctions for $2,185. This here is a 2006 Philadelphia $1 Eagle 20th Anniversary Reverse Proof. As you can tell, it is a proof coin. It is made of 99.93% silver and 0.007% copper. Designed by Adolf A. Weineman and John McConty, 250,000 of these were minted. When it comes to its condition, it can set you back 115 bucks. However, a PR71 at Heritage Auctions on March 6, 2008 set the auction record at $4,600. So, auctions can bring serious money for coins. Same coin, same designer, different year. This is a 2011 Philadelphia $1 Silver Eagle. This is the 25th anniversary instead of the 20th anniversary. And same specs as the previous coin, except this one will set you back between $200 and $400. And there was an auction record for this one. A PR71 went to Heritage Auctions on February 9th, 2012, and it sold for $1,495. This here is a 2006 W $50 Eagle 20th anniversary, and this one is made of gold. 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper. Minted at West Point, designed by Augustus St. Gaudens and Miley Busick. These are only 9,996 were minted, so just under 10,000. And this coin could set you back $1,500 in the right condition. And even an MS-70, it'll only be $5,400. But if we go to the auction, in the auction record, Heritage Auctions sold one of these in that Proof 70 condition. It was on September 7th, 2011. It sold for $9,200. Here is a 2008 W $50 Burnish Statue of Liberty Special Strike. I covered a bunch of these a little bit earlier in the video, but this one is even more special. Designed by John M. Mercanti and Thomas D. Rogers, 2,253 of these 99.95% platinum coins are minted at West Point. It has an auction record of $4,406 in its best condition yet. But say you've got one in MS64 condition, it's about $1,200. Now that I'm at coin number 40, I decided the auction record doesn't necessarily matter because auction prices and actual prices are two very different things. It could have been worth $5 in MS64 condition and maybe $15 in MS70, but at the auction you can sell it for $2,000 or $3,000. But in the case of this 1995 1-cent double die obverse coin here, a lot were minted. A lot. 6,411,440,000 of this were minted. Designed by Victor David Bronner and Frank Gasparo, these copper-plated zinc coins can go for $62 in their MS64 condition. This coin here is a 1999 W $5 proof die, and it's unfinished. Being it's unfinished, there's no mintage. It's not applicable. They are 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper. Augustus St. Gaudens and Miley Busick were the designers, and just because there is no mintage doesn't mean it doesn't have a worth to it. $700. This is the same unfinished coin, same year, different denomination. This is a $10 unfinished proof die instead of a $5. Same designer, same pretty much everything, but the price of $1,140 makes all the difference. Moving on to something that you'd see in everyday circulation, a 1983 1-cent double die reverse. Now, the double die has to be really apparent because a lot were minted. 7,752,355,000. It is the same copper-plated zinc as all modern cents are and were. And it's the same designer of the cent that I have covered in the previous, Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo. And that MS64 condition, I keep promising, it's $385. This here is a cent above the 1984 1 cent, except this is the obverse that's potentially double dyed this time here. 8,151,079,000 of these were minted in 1984, and at the MS64 condition, it is a $185 cent. This here is a 50-cent piece from 1964, but Kennedy has accented hair. 90% silver, 10% copper, and a mintage of 3,950,762 will make this coin $125. The first presidential dollar on the list is a 2007 $1 missing edge lettering George Washington. On the dollar coins, you have the obverse and the reverse, and the year is on the side. It's engraved on the side of the coin. And this particular Washington, that engraved lettering is missing. Designed by Joseph Mena and Don Everhart, or whatever his last name is. These may look like they're made of gold, but they are 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, and 2% nickel. This coin here is $28 in that oh so good condition I keep talking about. This here is a 2000 Philadelphia Sacagawea $1 Goodacre presentation. It is a special strike. They look like they're made of gold, but just like the presidential dollar I covered, it is also 88.5% copper, 6% zinc, 3.5% manganese, and 2% nickel. These were designed by Glenna Goodcare and Thomas D. Rogers Sr., and this particular Sacagawea dollar as I'm covering had a mintage of 5,000. It could be worth $450. This here is a 2009 $20 ultra high relief. It is yet another coin made of 99.99% gold, designed by Augustus St. Guns. The edge is lettered, so it's got the lettering on the edge like it would with the dollar coins. And the mintage is 114,427. In that condition I keep talking about, MS64, it would be worth $5,250. I have here a silver dime. This silver dime, only 3,950,762 were minted. It is 90% silver, 10% copper, and if I can scroll back to MS64 condition, it is a special strike that would be worth $4,000. The auction record is $18,600, and in MS68 condition, it could be worth $21,500. So that is a dime worth keeping. This here is a 1964 1 cent SMS red special strike. The official, when it comes to how many are minted, it's unknown. But numismatic experts estimate there are about 15 to 24 examples. 95% copper and 5% zinc. The specs on this coin are insane. In MS64 condition, you're looking at a $6,000 cent. The auction record is $19,200, and in MS67 Plus condition, it's worth $27,500. Like the cent before it, the mintage of this 1964 5-cent SMS special strike is also unknown. There are only known to be a few dozen examples of this out there, but that's to be determined. Made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, designed by Felix Schlag, this coin here can set you back $3,500. But the auction record goes to $18,000, and in MS68 condition, it could be $25,000. Insane. The mintage of this 1964 25-cent SMS Special Strike is also unknown. Only a handful to have known to exist. It's 90% silver, 10% copper, designed by John Flanagan. This Philadelphia minted coin will set you back, $1,750. Again, the auction record is $24,000, and MS67 plus conditions $27,500. So you're looking at a pretty valuable quarter. This here is a 1964 50-cent SMS Special Strike. Unlike the previous coins that were the SMS Special Strikes, there is a mintage. 3,950,762 of these were minted. At MS64 condition, it is a $20,000 half dollar. And being that I'm getting to the final 25 coins, the price is only going to get more insane. Moving on to an interesting coin here. It is a 2000 West Point $10 Library of Congress bimetallic coin, Ritz regular strike. Designed by John M. McConty and Thomas D. Rogers, 7,261 of these were minted. And in a 64 condition, you're looking at a $2,500 coin. Here, coin number 25. I am down to the final 25 coins, and this one is a 2008 W $1 burnished silver eagle, reverse of 2007. So it's 2008, but it's got a 2007 reverse. 46,318 of these 99.93% silver and 0.007% copper coins were minted. It sets back about $430. This here is a 1997 West Point $5 Jackie Robinson regular strike, 90% gold, 10% copper coin, designed by William C. Cousins and James Peed. 5,174 of these were minted, and in that also famous condition I've been talking about, it is $1,280. This 1983 10-cent no S proof coin here, 3,279,126 were minted. Just because it's proof doesn't mean it's silver. It is 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper center, like the 1983 regular dime coin. And this particular coin can set you back $550. This 1970 10-cent NOS cam proof here is a little on the rarer side. A lot rarer than the other cam proof that I have just covered. 2,200 were minted. Designed by John R. Shennock, it's the same composition as the last proof that I talked about, and this one will set you back $700. This here is a 1971 5-cent NOS decam proof. A mintage of 3,220,733, and being made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This coin, designed by Felix Schlag, will set you back $1,000 in that MS64 condition I'd like to talk about. This is the first Ike dollar I've covered. The 1972 $1 Type 2 regular strike. This Ike dollar had a mintage of 75,895,000, and the designers are Frank Gasparo, Michael Collins, and James Cooper. Now, it is 75% copper and 25% nickel over a pure copper center, and it can set you back $300. As here, it's a 2004 D, 25 cents, Wisconsin extra leaf low. The Wisconsin quarter has a coin on it, and that leaf being an extra leaf and being a little lower, it brings a little extra value to it. I think I've done a short on this coin before. John Flanagan and Alfred Maltsky designed it. It is 75% copper, 25% nickel, and this Denver minted coin had 226,800,000 minted. In MS64 condition, it's $150. This is not the same quarter. This is a 2004 Denver 25-cent Wisconsin extra leaf high. An extra leaf high is another one to look out for. Same designers, same composition, same place minted, but with a mintage of 226,800,000, the spoon will set you back $200. This here is a 1972 1-cent double die obverse. It is a regular strike. The designer is Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo. There's no set mintage on it because over 2 billion pennies were minted in 1972, but the double die is undetermined. $675 will be the price for an MS64 version. Coins 16, 15, and 14 are going to be in one long cut, so to speak, because they're practically all the same coin, except different denominations. There is a $25 Statue of Liberty frosted, a $50 Statue of Liberty frosted proof, and a $100 Statue of Liberty frosted freedom proof. And I'm showing you the $100 version. The $25 version was designed by John M. Mercanti, so was the $50 and the $100 version, and Tom Cleveland has something to do with the $100 version as well. They are all 99.95% platinum. And the $25 one had 21 minted, the $50 one had 21 minted, and the $100 one had 12 minted. I only have an MS70 version of all three, so I can't do MS64. But the MS70 version of the $25 one will set you back $69,300. The MS70 $50 version will set you back $55,000. And the MS70 version of the $100 one will set you back $300,000. This here is a 1995 W $1 Silver Eagle. It is a proof, of course, and designed by Adolph A. Wyman and John Marcanti. That's rated 99.93% silver and 0.005% copper coin. There were 30,125 minted, and an MS64 condition. There it is $2,650. Another cent coin I have is a 1992 Denver Close AM. There are a lot of these minted. In 1992, 4,448,673,300 cents were made. And this Close AM, only a few were made. Of course, it's copper-plated zinc. And in 64 condition, you're looking at a $5,250 coin. No, this is not a repeat of the last coin. This is also a 1992 1-cent Close AM, but it's not Denver. It was minted in Philadelphia. A lot more were minted in Philadelphia than in Denver. 4,648,905,000 coins were minted in Philadelphia, cent-wise. And this one is actually the more valuable Close AM. It is unknown how many Close AMs are minted in Philadelphia, but this coin can set you back $20,000. Now that I am down to the final 10 coins, I can't believe I've made it this far, and I hope you have as well. Coin number 10 is the 2000p Sacagawea Cheerios prototype. The difference between this and the regular Sacagawea dollar is the braided eagle tail. A regular Sacagawea dollar is only going to be face value, if not slightly more, in better condition. But with 767,140,000 minted, compared to the billions that were minted in 2000 alone, in that MS64 condition, you're looking at a $3,200 coin. Coin 9 is a 1990 1 cent no S decam proof. 3,299,559 were minted. Same designers, and it's copper plated zinc. Same designers as the last couple of cents that I covered. However, this coin will set you back $2,250. This coin here is a 1968 10 cent no S proof. John R. Shinnock was the designer, as he was of all the previous Roosevelt dimes that I have covered. Rated edge, 3,041,506 minted, 7.5% copper, and 25% nickel over a pure copper center. This one will set you back in MS64 condition, $11,500. In MS69 condition, it'll set you back $47,500, and the auction record is $40,250. For a dime! The 1969 San Francisco 1 cent double die obverse. It is 95% copper and 5% zinc. Only 15 were minted, and unfortunately there is no MS64 mintage value. However, MS63 is the highest I can go, and that'll set you back $38,500. This is a 2000 Philadelphia Sacagawea $1 mule with state 25 cent obverse. So it looks like it could have been an error. It is 77% copper, 12% zinc, and 1% other over a pure copper core. Now, how much is this coin going to set you back? $250,000. That's right, $250,000 for this coin. I am down to the final 5 coins. Coin number 5 is a 2000 West Point Sacagawea gold dollar. And unlike the regular Sacagawea gold dollars are not real gold, this is actually 22 karat gold. It is 91.67% gold, 3% silver, and 5.33% copper. With a mintage of 39, this coin will set you back $600,000. This here is a 1976 $1 no S Type 2 silver-proof Ike dollar. It has the double date, means it was minted during America's 200th birthday. The outer layer is 80% silver, 20% copper, and the center is 75% copper and 21% silver. One of these have ever been minted. Just one. And the price guide for this is $1 million. Throughout the 70s, they were experimenting with taking copper out of the cent because copper was just getting too expensive, and of course, spoiler alert, they eventually went with a copper-coated zinc. But in 1974, they made a 1 cent aluminum coin. It would have been 0.93 grams of aluminum. The mint produced approximately 1,571,167 experimental aluminum cents. Near all that being struck between late 1973 and March 1974. All of them are destroyed, making them illegal to own as bigger the issue, with only a tiny handful knowing to survive. The estimated value of this coin is over $2 million. Coin number 2. The 1975 10-cent no-S proof. It is 75% copper, 25% nickel over a pure copper center. There were 2,845,450 minted, and one of these will set you back $575,000. And finally, coin number 1. We have reached the end of this video at coin 1. I sure hope you all stuck around, because this video is going to take a while to watch, I'm sure. But coin number 1 doesn't exist. At least we don't think it exists. It is a 1964 peace dollar. These peace dollars don't legally exist in public. The United States Mint ordered all trial pieces melted, and if an actual 1964 peace dollar were to surface, it could be worth hundreds, if not thousands. In fact, the very website I'm using, pcgs, is offering $10,000 to anybody who will find and give them the grade a 1964 peace dollar.